Hey guys, welcome along to Fine for People. My name is Grant Goes, and this is the platform that helps you and connects you with the best in health, sports, and fitness. Today we're talking about OCR racing. What is it? Where is it? Who is it? When is it? You're about to find out in moments and seconds, straight after this. Hey guys, welcome back to Fine for People. Today we're talking about OCR racing. So share your thoughts, put your comments in the comment section down below. Actually, I've only done this intro once before, but we're going to go back and do it again, so it's okay, no worries. I introduced them as handsome, beautiful, and they were all excited, and I was actually talking about them, but now I am. These guys are awesome. They've been here for a few years, and they've been doing OCR racing. They're from OCR Nation. Guys, welcome to the studio.
Hey Grant, thanks for having us, mate. Cheers.
Awesome, mate. Now, Paddy, I'm going to start with you, mate. Paddy _OCR.
Close. OCR _ Paddy.
There we go.
I'll get it right.
I'll just throw them on some Let's jump straight into it like we did before. Yeah. What is OCR racing?
So OCR racing is basically running, but it involves everything from carrying sandbags, carrying buckets, jumping over fire, throwing a spear, monkey bars, getting in and out of the sea, crawling under barbed wire, basically everything that you can think of to kind of make a run that bit more exciting or a bit more difficult. Yeah. And it's anything from 5K, 10K, 20K, 50K races. Mm-hmm. They might take anything from an hour up to 12, 13, 14 hours. And so I guess whatever your fitness level, there is a kind of race for you, and if you want to just
get off the entire audience,
if you want to do a 5K, the option's there. But if you're a little bit crazy like some people here, and you want to do races that are that little bit longer, then there's something there for you. And I'd also say, like, it looks quite intimidating when you see pictures of people jumping over fire. Like if you look on my Instagram, you might see stuff like that. Yeah, but it's not actually as intimidating as it looks. And if you do it, especially with a group of friends, it's a much less intimidating thing to do, and you'll probably surprise yourself, I think.
Absolutely cool. Yeah. And I know you do something to add over here before.
Yeah, I just wanted to add that for me, obstacle course racing is basically playground for adults. So you just go there, enjoy yourself, do the obstacles, run, have fun. I mean, you have to try, you have to experience, not be intimidated, and just enjoy. Do it with a friend, and you're going to fall in love with it 100%.
It's highly addictive.
I'd say, I'd never done it before. Like 10 minutes into my first race, I was hooked.
Done.
Yeah. I was like, why have I not been doing this? I think I jumped over 2 walls, crawled under something, and I was like, why have I not been doing this forever?
Or why did you stop when you were a child, and then why did you start when you're an adult?
Exactly.
It's very on the lines, right? Let's go into it as individuals. What got you guys into it? You said you're hooked from it. I mean,
yes. I mean, I've actually probably got the least experience out of us three. I moved to Dubai about a year ago, and I was probably one of the least fit people you'd ever meet. So I wouldn't run.
You straight up and asked about it.
My mum likes to say I wouldn't walk the length of myself if it was my choice. So, I wouldn't have got. I wouldn't have walked to the shop. Yeah, my family's Irish. We've got funny expressions, but I wouldn't walk the length of myself if it was my choice. So came to Dubai and wanted to meet people. So I signed up for a couple of Spartan races and went through a few training sessions. And again, it spiraled from there, but I did my first 5K. I remember I met Dave in Oman when he was doing 3 races in a weekend, and I thought, God, that seems impossible. How does someone even do that? But it's a slippery slope, it changes very quickly, and 5K becomes 10K, becomes 20K, 25K, and then you're flying to Andorra, Bahrain, the UK, all to do kind of different races. So it's a cool thing. It changes my life, and I'd say also it changes like your perspective. It bleeds into the rest of your life. Like stuff that you think is impossible, and then you go and do, is a really like addictive thing. So I remember when I did my first race,
I love it, man. We're getting deep.
Yeah, honestly, man. I thought on the start line, I was like, there's no way I'll be able to do this. I didn't think I'd be able to climb over the wall. I didn't think I'd be able to climb a rope or do monkey bars. But like, you surprise yourself, man. And then that bleeds into the rest of your life, and the stuff that you think you might not be able to do, maybe you can if you give it a go. So it's been massive for me. I see.
Super cool, awesome, brilliant. And then,
so
follow that, mate. Follow that.
Thank you guys for joining us today.
I started, I think it was about 2015, around there. I did my first
5 years
Spartan
ago.
race.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
I was just trying to work out before how many races I've actually done. I think I have done about 85, 86
85.
races.
Show off.
Yeah,
85.
obstacle course
Yeah,
races,
okay.
quite a few.
Did you say 8 or 5?
85. From Australia, where they got quite a lot of races there as well, which is awesome. So, yeah, we're quite blessed to be able to do lots of different types of obstacle course races.
Cool. He's originally from Australia.
Yeah, originally from the UK, but my
Yeah, I was gonna say-
wife and kids are Australian, so
Okay,
I spent
cool.
the last 10, 12 years there.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
been
brilliant, mate.
great. I think pulling me into it, I had a friend who showed me an obstacle course race on YouTube once, and it looked so hardcore.
Yeah.
And he was determined that the two of us could do it. It was painful the first time we did it. I remember sitting for days afterwards trying to recover. But yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All injuries, the scrapes, but it was awesome. Hellishly
Yeah.
addictive.
Totally.
So,
But
yeah.
85 later.
Yeah, 85. And
I'm gonna say
yeah.
Dave might not look crazy, but he's actually done something.
No, he
called,
does.
He's done something called the Enduro 24 Hour. So
Yeah.
Dave's done a 24-hour obstacle course race.
Yeah.
And I have
Which
to
is
say
a
that
pretty
he
crazy
is
thing
not
to
a
do.
runner. He hates running.
Yeah,
He's good in it,
yeah.
but he hates it. But he
Yeah.
does obstacle course races. He's a CrossFitter,
Absolutely.
you can tell.
Yeah.
There we go.
Get too bored running, but the obstacles make it exciting.
Yeah, totally.
For me, it's just the distance between the obstacles.
Yeah,
just try and put
100%.
that out of my mind, and just
Yeah.
enjoy it.
Brilliant.
It's really good.
Awesome, man. And then,
Yeah, I've started my race here in Dubai in 2016, and first race in Dubai in Middle East was in 2015. It was just a
yes.
per chance, like some of the members from the gym that I was working, they signed me up for the race. I was like, "You are running with us, race this Saturday." I said, "What race?" This Spartan race. Like, what is that? Don't worry, just come. How many kilometers? I said, 13 or so. I said, "Well, I usually run 5K. I'm not sure if I can do it." Come on, you can do it. No, honestly, because running was part of my fitness, but I wasn't a runner, right? At least I wasn't, now I am. And then I was like, what the heck is that? I'm scared of height. I cannot go over the cargo net. Like, I'm freaking out. I'm panicking. I'm scared of heights. I cannot climb the rope. But man, it was so much fun. Like, I really enjoyed it.
Again.
I was like a scary girl. Oh my God, I'm scared. I cannot do this. Why did you sign me up for that? I freaked out. But when you finish that race, oh my God, you just want to sign up again. And from that time, I just kept signing up for the races, and it's just part of my lifestyle. As Patty said, this is what we are. We just run races, train for it. It's an amazing thing because you always have something to prepare for, and you always keep yourself fit and you train. This is a good thing to keep
It's such
yourself
such a
fit.
varied sport as well. I think, like you might see,
Yeah.
like Dave and I are quite different builds, as I'm sure you've noticed.
You're quite large and quite skinny.
I'm much more of like maybe like a runner's build.
And Patty's taller as well. Yeah.
In real life, I'm taller.
Don't let the camera fool you.
The
guys.
camera
Just
deceives
Shady
you.
want to make sure that's clear.
Camera
taller.
adds 10 inches in height apparently. But yeah, I'm obviously much more of a runner, so
Yeah.
the running sections suit me a lot more. And there are sections where maybe you're carrying jerry cans or carrying an Atlas ball where I'll find it more difficult, and then someone like Dave will fly through those bits, but then maybe find the running harder. So
Totally.
it's quite a level playing field in that respect. You can you'll always have a part of the race that probably is your strength, which you can lean on, and then you'll have bits where you can kind of train and try and improve on. So there's a lot to kind of get better at, even if you're already good at running or if you're good at say climbing or something like that.
Totally. Let's take a look at OCR racing itself, so people have more of an idea and understanding. Let's put the jerry cans and all that kind of thing. So hold on, give me 2 seconds. And we've just got a video here we're going to play. So look, we're going to have a look at this video. We'll play for about 60 seconds and we'll come back to you guys in a bit. And that didn't work. Let's just come back to it. We'll get that working and we'll come back to it. Let's go to another video, but we'll come back on a short break and we'll talk about just where kind of OCR originated from. We'll talk about OCR Nation, the community you guys are part of. And you guys got a similar story where you're like, no, but then you're like, feel this passion and love and this energy, which I'm freaking loving at the moment. So let's talk about that. That in moments coming up after this.
We've all been there, hours searching the internet, asking friend upon friend, making call after call, trying to find the right fitness professional, health specialist, or sports coach. So much time, energy, and even money spent only to find more problems than solutions. Well, now, with the Find Fit People platform, you can find all the available professionals with the skills you need in an instant. We've removed all the barriers by establishing a community of many different skilled health specialists, sports coaches, and fitness professionals that are alerted immediately once you've posted your request. In under 30 seconds, you can attract multiple professionals with the right skills to help you achieve the result you want. It's simple, fast, and free. Find us online at www.findfitpeople.com or download the Find Fit People app from Apple or Google Play stores so you can find fit people today.
Hey guys, welcome back to Find Fit People, the platform that helps you connect and find the best in health, sports, and fitness. Sorry about the video, didn't want to work, my bad. We're talking about OCR Racing, we're going to show you a bit, we're going to get this working. But we're talking with the guys from OCR Nation, which is a community that's growing very rapidly over a short period of time, should we say.
Absolutely. And
instead of me talking about it, let's these guys talk about it. Just tell us about OCR Nation.
Ivana?
Yeah.
Everyone look, you tell us.
Well, it all started, I would say 2017, end of 2017. It was just a couple of friends preparing for the race, training together. And 5 of us started training together every Saturday. And then slowly just people wanted to join us.
Mm-hmm. That's very cool.
And like every week we had more and more people until we made a number of over 100 people training with us.
Yeah.
So it just started like, okay, let's get ready for the race together, and it just grew bigger and bigger and bigger.
What do you think it was that attracted people there? Pretty
Well-
blue eyes, some gruff guys, some
That might
skinny
be
fast
it.
runners, or
It's definitely part of it.
Honestly, the energy.
you like that?
Paid them to
All of us have different.
We all bring different things to the
Yes,
table, is what we're trying to say.
exactly.
Yeah.
Totally.
I think the community vibe, you know, like I think one thing that happened is we ran a race called Desert Warrior Challenge in February, and there were 18 people that ran that race together, maybe 20 people, and kind of word started to get out that we were running not just in the groups of 3 or 4, but you know, helping each other around the course. And I think OCR is quite intimidating for a lot of people. People don't think they can climb over walls, much like I did when I started, and they're intimidated to try it on their own. So we tried to get 30, 40 people sign up for a Spartan race in Al Ain in March time. And 30 became 50, became 70, became 100, and it went mad. And in the space of a month, 6 weeks, we had 150 people signed up for the race, and it was an unbelievable thing to be part of. To be stood on the line with people all kind of chanting our name and running the race together, it was mad. And I think from then, it's just been about trying to do that again. So the month later in Abu Dhabi, I think we had 165 people, and these are some of the biggest teams that Spartan Races have ever seen in the world. You know, it's kind of mad to be part of, and then it just kind of grows from there, and people see the impact that it has and how much easier it makes a race, and people I think want to be part of that. So
Massively. It's addictive, right? Energy draws energy in.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
like, I don't want to be a part of that.
And I think a big thing as well, like there's really no hierarchy in it. So like Ivana's someone that genuinely is one of the elite runners in the world. So we went to the Spartan Trifecta World Championships in Greece, and she's running with the elites, like genuinely the best 20, 30 women in the world that she's running with. And then there are people like me that have done it for a year, or Dave that's done it for 4 or 5 years, and there's no hierarchy. It doesn't matter if it's your first race, if it's your 50th race.
Totally.
Come to our trainings. We have run clubs, rock climbings, and if you want to run the races with us, then do. And because there's no real hierarchy, people aren't intimidated. You know, people aren't worried about coming and being part of it if they don't think they're going to be very good.
Totally.
So I think that's a big part of it.
Yeah, I think the climbing that you mentioned, that's another big part of it as well for OCR Nation, because I think like-minded people get together and enjoy more than just the OCR races. So we go and do some pretty cool things together. We train together, we do beach sessions, some people even run together.
Yeah, nice. See you guys at the event.
Exactly, I'll just take photos and but yeah, it's that whole familial sort of sense that's doing lots of different things together, even stand-up paddleboarding, rock climbing, whatever.
It's community.
Yeah, it's
But
really good.
What is impressive is that we have people from different backgrounds, different age. We have kids racing in our team, so we have ladies who are over 60 as well.
Yeah.
So basically, if you have age categories, you always have someone who is running in certain age. And
Totally.
I mean, this is bragging a little bit, but we have podium.
Please, go.
We have podium in every single age group, so
Yeah,
which
wicked.
is very impressive.
That's super cool.
Yeah.
To go from
Only-
a couple of people training on weekends to now this kind of effect, it's awesome, right?
Exactly.
And you know when it grows organically too, you know it's real. You know it's true, and you got longevity behind it as well. It's not a paid thing. Like you're going to come down. It's not like you force anyone to come down, right?
No.
Exactly.
I've got to ask about the. If I looked at your emblem, I'll be like, oh, it's American.
Wonderful.
It's Harley Davidson.
Yeah.
Harley Davidson American.
Basically, this represents UAE, the Falcon.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, it's Falcon. Oops, my bad.
Don't
Don't kick me out of the country.
It's a Falcon.
Cool, awesome. And what made you choose this, or did the team
Well,
choose this, or?
We've chosen this one. Me and two more guys. They came later on. Yeah, right after that.
And why? So what was the reason behind that? You just walk along like hit by a bird.
Well,
like, oh,
it was
okay,
supposed to be 7 feathers, like 7
Some Emirates?
Emirates as well. I'm not sure. I think it should be 7 as well, right?
Just say 7.
Just
say 7.
Yeah, it is. 7. I was counting, okay? 7.
Yeah, I think it's 7.
So it's a symbol of UAE, and like with the wings, we
Awesome.
kind of protect people, and also the name is Nation because we want everyone to feel welcome.
Yeah.
So from the beginner to the elite, so it's for everyone.
Totally. It's super cool.
Yeah, one of the cool things about this is the distinct colours between yellow and black. We went to an international
You
race
guys stand
recently.
out hard.
Yeah.
We do. Everyone notices the colors, right?
And people often, like we were racing, say there were groups from France, groups from Italy, groups from England.
Yeah.
And people would say, where are you guys from? And it was more, well, where are we not from?
Yeah.
Because the 10, 12 people that we took were from, I think, 12 different countries.
Yeah.
You
Nice.
know, and that, I think, is what's cool about it, is people don't worry if, it's not like they're just a group of Spanish people training together here. It doesn't matter where you're from or whatever your ability is. We're like a team that you can be part of, and I think people like that.
That's brilliant. Really. Not that hard. The how do you put this? There's other communities out there that do OCR racing as well. Are you guys like the original, or was that?
We are.
So
You
there's a few
claim it
people-
because you're in the.
I think
You
so-
can claim
so-
what you want right now.
Yeah. So Ivana's one of the co-founders, along with someone called Bash and Barbara, and they've been doing OCR for a long, long time in the UAE, and a lot of people will know them very well.
Yeah.
So basically, me, Barbara, and Bash were first Spartan ambassadors, and Spartan is the biggest OCR race here known, along with Desert Warrior as well. So we've started as ambassadors, and me and Bash were first Spartan coaches. I was the first female Spartan coach.
Ah, cool.
And that's how we started actually,
Awesome,
because
yeah.
we were having Spartan sessions along, and then we decided to build our own team.
Yeah, cool. Awesome.
It's not that we copied it, because we wanted to call our WhatsApp group somehow. And okay, let's find a name, and
Totally.
slowly, okay, maybe we can be a team. Why not?
Yeah.
Like, it looks cool. Like we have a jersey, we race together. Like it's motivating.
Totally.
Yeah, we're probably
So-
the most. I think there's a lot of other groups out there that are quite specialised. Like there's some where there's maybe a dozen people that get together that are quite specialised in one area. We're probably known because we're very inclusive.
Yeah.
And that we just have so many training sessions and so many things
Yeah.
going on.
Well, you guys stand at every race I've been to. They're like, who are the heroes? I know it's awesome though, because
We
it's
build
such
that
good.
up over
Yeah.
time. I mean,
Yeah.
But it's such good energy. I mean, you see the. I mean, big up to you guys because you see this different energy. Even okay, there's more of you, but that's one that helps as well. But even that, I see the individuals have a lot of energy within them as well, which is amazing to see, and then they just spread. You know, just, I think it attracts more people along to it. Which
It's
is
contagious.
super
And I think it's
cool.
what I'd say as well, like it's what it brings out of you. Like I think it's the kind of people you surround yourself with. So if you surround yourself with people who want to be better, who want to push themselves, who want to do better in races and fitness and training, whatever it is, then that kind of brings more out of you.
Yeah.
So I think again that's really a cool thing to be part of, because if you surround yourself with people like elite racers, you want to be better. than
Totally,
you are,
massively,
So
yeah.
I think that's a big part. Of it.
Direction, focus, purpose, everything like that, massively. Let's talk about that. Training for an OCR race. Couple of sit-ups, couple of burpees. What are recommendations? Almost.
Yeah.
Couple of
Where should we-
walls
where should
later.
we start? Do you want to start?
well,
We've all got different training regimes.
Yeah,
as
it's
well,
hard. It's
so
hard to say.
different
There's no
recipes.
one answer, I
I'll
suppose.
talk
That's a
about
difficult
what
thing.
we do for the
Yeah.
For the
general
community.
community. Yes. So, as Paddy was saying at the beginning, so running is a very important part. Also, the big part is carrying objects. So, kind of our training session divides into running section, and then we have section where we do body weights, and then we have some section where we do with the weights. For example, carrying bucket or carrying sandbag, doing squats.
Do you have to bring your own bucket?
We have our
We provide buckets.
Yeah, and then we have a small obstacle course on the beach.
Cool.
We simulate the race, so, which is very important.
Yep.
Where I already said like a primal movements, so a lot of crawling, a lot of jumping, climbing.
Yeah.
I mean, not on the beach, but yeah, it's all about primal movements.
Totally.
Basically, you have to be an overall athlete, or you just have to love everything, just moving, moving.
Very
So
cool.
this is for the beach sessions, but other than
I'd
that,
say as well, we have like a run club. So we have a run club that started in September time.
Wicked.
Yeah.
And because we have like a big group of members all over the UAE, we actually have a run that we do every week so starts in the Business Bay in Dubai. We have Bash, again, one of the OCR coaches, plan a workout for us. The workout will be like one of the key components of OCR that you need. So it might be grip strength, upper body strength, some kind of cardio work, body weight work, explosiveness. Bash will design that, and then we'll have members in Dubai, in Abu Dhabi, in Fujairah and Ajman all do a run at the same time. So at 8 o'clock on a Wednesday, we do this kind of simultaneous run in 4 different places.
Very cool.
And I think that's a cool thing. Again, it's nice that, you know, even if you're in somewhere like Ajman where there might only be 5 or 6 or 10 of you, you know, there's actually a group of 40, 50 people spread out across the UAE that are also doing the same workout that you're doing at the same time.
Really cool.
So yeah, I don't know anyone else that does that in the UAE that has this kind of simultaneous run club. And again, I think the important thing is that you don't have to be on an obstacle course to get better at OCR. So we break it down, as I said, into grip strength. So you can practice grip strength without needing monkey bars. You know, you can practice your upper body strength without needing a wall to climb over. So we break that down, and each week focus on something that people need to get better at, and hopefully create like a community and a nice environment for people to kind of push themselves and get better. And then we always build up to say races, so that when it comes up to a race time, people aren't overtired or burnt out. People are kind of ready to hit the ground running.
Yeah, we also do the rock climbing as well, which is also important part of grip strength as well. So on Mondays we usually gather not a lot of people, but some people prefer doing climbing as well, which we also believe is very important.
I think we're also blessed because we've got about 18 people that are qualified coaches in OCR Nation.
Wow, nice.
So it's not only about the training sessions, but also having people to go to ask for advice. And, you know, looking for ways to improve yourself. Yeah, it's quite good in that sense too.
Whether that, just for example, the WhatsApp groups that we have with hundreds of people in them, where if someone wants to know what kind of shoes they should wear or what kind of socks they should wear, or you know the gear and equipment they should be buying, there's a group of people that are there to kind of answer your questions. Again, make it that bit more accessible, because if you're starting out and you don't know anything, again, it can be kind of quite unappealing. So that I think is a big part of it as well.
Brilliant. We're going to come back to this. We're going to talk about some of the events here in the UAE and globally and how to get involved with those. That coming up straight after this.
We've all been there, hours searching the internet, asking friend upon friend, making call after call, trying to find the right fitness professional, health specialist, or sports coach. So much time, energy, and even money spent only to find more problems than solutions. Well, now, with the Find Fit People platform, you can find all the available professionals with the skills you need in an instant. We've removed all the barriers by establishing a community of many different skilled health specialists, sports coaches, and fitness professionals that are alerted immediately once you posted your request. In under 30 seconds, you can attract multiple professionals with the right skills to help you achieve the result you want. It's simple, fast, and free. Find us online at www.findfitpeople.com or download the Find Fit People app from Apple or Google Play stores so you can find fit people today.
Hey guys, welcome back to Find Fit People. The platform helps you find and connect with the best in health, sports and fitness. We're talking about OCR racing, obstacle course racing, here within the UAE or potentially globally. And so let's talk about some of the events. We've got OCR Nation, the community that goes to all the OCR events around the world as well. So let's talk about the events that are here. I mean, we were just off camera beforehand before we started, and then it's just like, what?
So yeah, we're right bang in the middle of OCR season in the Middle East. So the season over here runs from like September to kind of April, May time. And then a lot of us will actually fly somewhere else, say in Europe, over the rest of the summer period so that we can take part in races. So I guess over the next few weeks, they've got the Aventura race, which I think is on the 18th of January.
That's a new race, actually.
Yeah,
We're going to go.
brand new.
Yeah,
Brand new
totally.
race.
Funny
So again, I think that's really accessible for people that haven't done a race before.
I
I think it's quite a short race, 2 or 3 kilometres, so
Yeah,
it's a
3
great one to get
kilometre
involved in
distance.
if you haven't done it before. On the 25th, they've got Warrior Adventure Race,
Yep.
War 21. So
And that's one of the originals as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
war
It's
race.
been around
I
for a long
remember doing
time,
the first race. Actually, if I want to blow mine too, I actually won that one.
humble brag.
Back, I was looking for ambassadors. I'm just like, oh yeah, that must have been around.
Yeah.
Was it? Would that be the original? Was it original? Or?
I think it's one of the original.
Long
I think it
time.
has been, yeah.
Yeah.
They run it for a long time.
Yeah.
Totally. I mean, it's like 21 editions.
Oh,
I think
Yeah.
it is the 21st time they've done it, yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously, they've got a Spartan race on the 31st of January. I think there are 3 races that day in Jebel Jais.
Yeah.
Desert Warrior Challenge will be a big race on the 14th of February. So,
Why big race? Why do you say big race?
So OCR Nation will be taking like over 100 people to that race. So it'll be a big
Awesome.
race to be part of.
And the race on Valentine's Day.
I was
Come
going to
on.
say, yeah, cancel your Valentine's Day plans.
That exists. Yeah.
And then, as I said, different members of the team will be flying off to other races around the world. So I'm going to Czech Republic in a
My
month.
favorite.
Some of us will go to Mallorca for a race there, Morzine in France in July, and then probably the Greece Trifecta World Championships in November again is what we'll be working up
Very
to.
cool. What's the difference between these different races? People go like, okay, Aventura, Spartan, Tough Mudder, but what's the difference?
They've all
Is
got
there a
different-
difference?
They've all got a different feel to them, I think.
Yeah.
And the obstacle design is different.
Yeah.
So just comparing some of them with the War Race or Desert Warrior versus Spartan, some of them will be more skill based, whereas some of them are just more exhilarating and fun obstacle.
Yeah.
So comparing things like throwing a spear or climbing over an A-frame to sliding down a big slide into an ice pool. Like
Yeah.
they're just different designs,
Yeah.
different feel to the race as well.
Do they usually have their own themes about them, or
Yeah.
when I say themes, I mean like the design of the
Yeah.
course type of thing.
Yeah.
Well, for example, I would say Valley Adventure Race, I would recommend to people who are beginners.
Yeah, definitely.
And because the obstacles are a little bit easier than other races and they're doable.
The organisers aren't listening, are they?
No, I mean,
it's a very
Oh, sorry
accessible
about that.
race. So that's, yeah.
the race is beautiful, terrain
No,
is
totally.
beautiful. I
Yeah.
love that race. It's
Yeah.
beautiful terrain.
Totally.
And I would always come back to that race. Also, you have 5, 10, and 15, obviously.
Great
I'm
thing.
talking about the obstacles itself.
Totally, yes.
15 kilometers might be intimidating for someone who is a novice, but in terms of the obstacles, who is completely new to obstacle course racing, could be a good obstacle race to start with.
Yeah.
Whereas Spartan is a little bit more challenging, I would say.
Yeah.
Desert Warrior can be a fun race as well, and also can be challenging, depends
Yeah.
on the
Spartan
category
races
you're
obviously
doing.
have dreaded burpees, so if you fail an
True,
obstacle,
yeah.
you're supposed to do 30 burpees.
Yeah.
If you're doing the elite or age group categories, then you will be forced to do those burpees, and so they can add up. If you fail 3, 4, 5 obstacles in a race, that can get
Totally.
pretty tough pretty quickly.
Yeah.
So I think that puts off some people because they're worried about having to do all those burpees.
Yeah.
But if you want to run in the open category with people, I mean, you can get away with not doing them if you want
Yeah.
to. I wouldn't. But
I did
it's up to
three.
you, you know? If you don't want to do your burpees,
Of course I didn't.
to
You
you.
can see me. I can't believe it.
Yeah. The
Totally.
other nice thing I think about Spartan Race is because it's an international one, it's a benchmark.
Yeah.
So you can compare your results with somebody that's racing in a different country that's in the same age group.
Yeah.
So it's quite nice. It does have that benchmark element to it because
pretty
it's
cool.
kind of standardized across
Totally.
the world. Yeah.
Also, I suppose the race that has more international recognition. Now, correct me
Yeah.
if I'm wrong, but that's what it seems like from my side.
Yeah.
I don't do many of them, but I mean, yeah, when I look at it, that's what I see. They got this.
well, you'll
Spartan
see
World
when you come and do
Champs.
the races with us on 31st of
Well,
January.
yeah, man.
This is
As
when
long
we
as
give you
get
the hard
big
sell,
shirt,
basically.
I want yellow
So-
though, then the other way around. The because people are trying to work towards the. I mean, with Spartan, obviously there's that trifecta, so people try and collect the. Well, actually, with any race, people try and collect the medal, don't they?
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
seems to be quite a big thing. I've got the medal, yeah. In the season, it's who got the most medals. I think you've won, mate. Just off the bat, try and
For
beat
now,
Dave.
yeah, for now.
Maybe a good Instagram post as well.
Just measure it in weight now, not even the amount of medals.
Yeah.
No. But yeah, it's
Let's
pretty
change it. Do you have a favourite?
A favourite race?
No, I love them all. They're all amazing.
I know, it's hard to say.
Boring.
I'd say it's based on the terrain, you know, and there are
Yeah.
so many different variables. So, like, we did some races in Oman in Jebel Sifa, and that's like just a beautiful place to do a race. And you're running like through the mountains a bit, along the beach. You're running like through a bit of a marina kind of area.
Yeah.
Like that was a cool thing to be part of, but maybe not the most like technically challenging thing.
Yeah.
I did a race in Andorra in June of last year. and that was easily the hardest thing I've ever done. And it was running up and down like ski slopes, and the
Wow.
25k race took me like 7 hours, and it was like brutal. I think I just wanted to cry at the end. It was brutal.
Yeah,
Um,
you love
I think
running,
I did
right?
a little bit. I think if I'm honest. So that, you know, you'll always remember that race because that was just like such a difficult thing
Great
to
memories.
overcome. So yeah, there are so many different reasons that it might be good. And then again, we might have a race like Abu Dhabi where it's a stadium race and it's only 5k, but there's 100, 150 of us that run it together.
Yeah.
And that's special for its own reason. So there's so many different.
Do you have one that stands out for yourself?
I'd say Greece this year. So we went to, we all went to Greece together.
Oh, you're all.
And
That's my answer, by the way.
it was, sorry to steal your answer, but it was special just because there was the 25k race. Myself, Dave, and a couple of other guys started at different times for various reasons, as we failed obstacles or went faster or slower than the other one, or one of us got an injury. We somehow out of 25 kilometers on the final 500 meters all met each other on that final
Really?
street,
Yeah.
and basically just walked the final 500 meters. You know, like cool
Wow,
runnings
cool,
where they're
that's-
walking at the end, and they're
awesome,
like,
totally.
and
Slow clap, slow. Do you get a slow clap?
yeah, the slow clap.
There is a good picture of them actually.
Yeah.
And it's
Wicked,
special.
man.
Again, those are the bits that you remember, you know, because in amongst all the obstacles and all like the pain and difficulty, you have like these kind of really special moments that you kind of couldn't recreate.
Totally.
It's special as well because it's Sparta, where you're racing, the
Yeah.
home of Spartan races. So it's got that sort of special.
Can't get
feel
more
to it
unique
as
than
well.
that.
Yeah,
Wicked.
that's definitely one of my favourite races as well.
But again, you, as I said, you've done real crazy like endurance
Yeah,
races where you've been
yeah.
going around the course for 24 hours.
Yeah. There's another race, I'm not sure if it's still going at the moment, called Muddy Hell in Australia, where it's not about trying to get a fantastic time. It's literally about trying to finish the race and just get through it. Yes, it's insanely difficult. And those are good because it's not really competitive in just trying to get a good time. It's like the bragging rights of having finished this race. So,
Actually made it across the line.
yeah, it's just so difficult. So, I mean, that's my thing. I like the harder races. I'm not as fast as
The
these
harder
two.
the better actually.
Yeah.
No,
The enduro man, eh?
Yeah.
well, more you suffer in the race.
Yeah. The more
Kind of-
value for money you're getting.
Yeah, exactly. No, just you love it. I think we love suffering. Like this is what you're addicted to. This is why we race. Because you suffer, you get over that. You feel proud of
good,
yourself.
yeah.
You feel good.
Yeah,
And you want to do
yeah.
it again.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna give you guys a situation, and then I want you to pull out your one. So here's the situation. Just to let you know, I did when was the last race? The last Desert Warrior Challenge. I did it right. So I jumped in the thing. I was in the top 10, coming to the final freaking wall. Couldn't make it up it.
Yeah.
I got stuck on that
Was
wall.
that the quarter pipe?
That
Quarter
pipe
pipe,
is
yeah.
pretty,
Missed it by about that much every single time, and I spent literally. I mean, I've got a competitive mentality, and so I spent the next hour and 15 minutes literally
Happened
top
to me
to
as
the end to
well.
like
Skinning
40,
your knees over and over
49.
again as you
Yeah,
slip down.
totally. I was
It's
like,
not-
look, I'm just gonna try it.
not
I
an
mean,
easy one.
Yeah.
I wasn't there to win it anyway. So.
Yeah.
So give me a boost. But like there's moments that obviously and that's the first time that I've ever come across the time that I haven't been able to do it. I mean, and I have to admit I was pretty pissed to start off with.
Yeah.
But like you're gonna go through emotions and stuff like that. But it was just a thing. Like look, I have to get back to get things done right. Was there moments in your guys' short, long, illustrious careers that you come across these moments that are changing what you've done within OCR racing? Is there something like that that's happened for you guys, or?
I think.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say strength things are always difficult for me. So there's something called the Atlas ball, which is if you've seen like World's Strongest Man, you know, those giant kind of cement balls that you have to carry. And I remember in Greece coming around being so tired. I think I failed 3 obstacles in a row. And so I had done 90 burpees in 15, 20 minutes. And I was coming up to this ball thinking, I genuinely don't know if I'll be able to lift this. And having a moment where you find the strength to do it and lift it, like that's cool because then you start to think, well, maybe I'm just kind of putting these obstacles, pardon the pun, in my own mind, you know, like these bits of doubt in my mind.
Yeah.
And if you just get through something like that, I think you kind of surprise yourself with the stuff that you have in you. So stuff like that's always big for me because I always think I can rely on my running, but when it comes to the strength stuff, if I do something like that, that's generally quite big for me.
Yeah, cool.
I think the consequence in Spartan of having burpees, that's a big one for me.
Yeah.
So I hate doing burpees. I think everybody hates doing burpees. So moving from counting the number of burpees that I've had to do to now trying to aspire to getting clean races where there's none, I think that's a big shift for me.
Yeah, totally.
So I figured out a clean race is a whole lot easier.
Yeah,
So much fun.
funny that.
So that's probably a big transition for me. Is it's not just about trying to get a good time. It's actually about trying to master each of the obstacles so that I don't have to do the consequence and I don't have to tire myself out.
Totally. Good reason to train harder, right? Or train
Exactly.
smarter.
And the funny thing about failing obstacles is it actually just forces you to commit more to training afterwards or mastering the skill, so that the next time
I'm going to the half pipe. I'm going to
conquer
conquer that damn thing.
And you will conquer that damn half
100%,
pipe.
100%. Not doing it.
Absolutely.
Totally.
What about
Yeah,
you?
I think when I did my championship in Tahoe, the World Championship in Tahoe, that was, I think, my first beast, and I was qualified for the championship. And in Middle East, we don't have carries that heavy like they have, let's say, in Europe. And of course, the championship, it was just a shock.
Oh,
to
yeah.
lift something that heavy, like
This
crazy.
is the men's weight. Hold on.
No, honestly, it was so heavy. Like I had a back injury at the time, and you had to climb uphill, go back.
Yeah.
I swear to God, like I was about to cry because I feel my back is gonna crack. It's super heavy. I had to stop so many times, and then when I got back home, I was like, now you're gonna freaking carry the bucket every single training.
See,
and
we
I
have,
did.
we
This-
have movements like that.
They
You
know.
would. There are
They know
moments like
now
that
that
around.
this is my favorite obstacle.
Yeah.
So I'm now carrying the bucket heavier than I should. Obviously, carrying man's weight instead of the for the women. And I promise you, like in every single race, this is my super power because I overtake women.
Bring it on.
I run with my bucket because my competitors should know that.
Edit that part out.
That happens to a lot of people. I think the thing that you found the hardest to conquer ends up becoming like your favorite obstacle.
Totally.
Like for me, that
Yes.
was rope climb, and I think it was like 3 or 4 races before I finally got it. And it's quite a demoralizing thing to get up to it each time and fail it again. But then when you finally crack it in a gym and then you do it out on the course, you start to look forward to it, especially then when you see other people failing it.
On the staircase.
Dun, dun. And then you hit the bell and you come down and you see everyone else doing their burpees and you run off into the distance. Like that's a big moment. So I
Totally.
think when you finally crack an obstacle that you've been trying for a while, that's a really enjoyable moment.
Yeah, that's cool. Guy, unfortunately, like I told you, 30 minutes ago, it's like there. We're a little bit over time, but that's all right. So people want to get a hold of you guys, OCR Nation, besides they can hear you probably from their houses, when you're training and stuff like that. How do they get a hold of you?
Yeah, so follow us on Instagram. We're at ocr.nation. Or go to our website. We'll put all our events and trainings on there. That's ocrnation.net.
Cool.
Or follow any of us on Instagram, OCR_Paddy. In general,
one more time.
In general, we have, like as I said, we have run clubs every week. We do rock climbing, we have beach training sessions, and then we do any other races. So just give us a shout. Any of the team will be happy to come
Just
answer
look for
questions.
black and yellow at any one of the events.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's it.
Come say
And
hi.
all our training sessions are free.
Yeah.
I want to mention that as well. I mean,
Yeah.
people are not sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Alrighty, guys, thank you again so much for coming on. We'll have to bring you back on another time. Guys, if you have any comments, questions, please share them. Share your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you like, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Subscribe to Paddy Hassan on his one as well.
OCR_Paddy.
Paddy. Get into it. You'll love it. It is an addiction for sure. And so that's all I can say. Check out these guys. Get involved. We got more coming up. Check out the new videos on the platform as well. Follow us on social media side as well. But from myself, Grant goes, thank you guys for joining Fine for People, and we'll see you next time. Peace.